I almost didn't get in. I was stopped because I entered Azerbaijan and came here. They opened my WhatsApp, asked to see my WhatsApp, my number, opened my WhatsApp chat. What did you come here to do? The same thing you did in that other country?
And he pointed at the Azerbaijan stamp. I said, guys, he asked for a hotel reservation, asked how long I was going to stay.
Day to cross the border from Georgia to Armenia. I'm going to cross here now. I'm going to go through a checkpoint, show my passport to the guys. Visiting this country can be extremely unpredictable, especially if you've been to Azerbaijan. And that was one of my biggest fears at Armenian immigration. That's because both countries have historical conflicts and never reach a peace agreement. And besides being sad for everyone, it's also sad for the traveler. After all, even if we haven't done anything wrong, there are countless questions, several hours of waiting, and a whole lot of desire to want to get in here. Yes, I'm not going to lie, this situation makes me nervous. It's like going through airport security, and even if you haven't done anything wrong, there's always that little doubt in the back of your mind. Did I do something wrong? But in this conflict, I actually had a lot to see. After all, Armenia and Azerbaijan are fighting over a region called Nagorno-Karabakh. This territory is inside Azerbaijan, but it is mostly inhabited by Armenians. The conflict had existed since the time of the Soviet Union, but it really exploded when the bloc ended in the 1990s. And after a lot of conflict and war, the Armenians took control of the area. But in 2020 and 2023, Azerbaijan regained the territory with the support of Turkey. And today, Nagorno-Karabakh is under the control of Azerbaijan, and thousands of Armenians have left the region. It's a conflict where identity, territory, and history collide in the heart of the Caucasus. And this directly impacts the life of any traveler, even if he doesn't belong to any of these countries. But simply because you have to justify to immigration why you decided to visit both countries, like for example me. I went to Azerbaijan and then came here to Armenia. Sometimes traveling isn't easy, but the good news is that it's always worth it. And I made it. I got through this thing. We spent about 2 hours there, really. Sweating. There's still some air here, right?
Then you leave, there's a duty-free shop. And this still isn't Armenia. Armenia will be country number 92, huh? We're getting close to 100 countries travelers. Not that I count numbers, right? I like to count quality, experiences, but it's a place, huh? A place we've been through. I've already grabbed the Armenian flag from here.
But I'm still in Georgia. The area is kind of neutral, actually. Damn, look. Here's the little flag of Georgia. That's cool.
It's hot.
We're taking this one, Benita, with nice, comfortable air conditioning. Now here, we're heading to the side of Armenia. See, that's it. Thank God we made it. Look, they really gave us a hard time. They saw that I was in Azerbaijan, saw the stamp. They opened WhatsApp, asked to see the number on WhatsApp, opened the WhatsApp chat. The officer said Azerbaijan, and he asked, "Did you come here to do the same thing you did in that other country?"
And he pointed to the Azerbaijan stamp. I said, oh my God. What am I doing? This might go wrong. I haven't done anything wrong, right? I was calm, but then you get nervous and anxious, even if you did nothing wrong. He asked for my hotel reservation and how long I'd stay. Rodrigo from Estrella Vermelha showed the hotel reservation and spoke in Russian. Not sure what else. This tension is funny, right? There's still a lot of conflict to this day.
They simply hate anything related to Azerbaijan.
I should have used it too. Me and the Brazilian, we should have used the Italian one, right? The passport that didn't have a stamp. I thought we're Brazilian, we lack stamps and money.
We made it in. Let's get to know Armenia. Our first minutes and hours here.
Let's see what this country has. I came to exchange money. Their bills are so beautiful. I really like them. It's made of plastic, like Brazil's 10 reais bill they tried once. They only released one, it didn't catch on, the one that doesn't crumple. Here it's 10,000 or 20,000.
So here I have 70,000 Armenian drams, which is about $160, $170 today. 500 drams, which is almost €1. 20 drams, which is basically nothing. This first stop here is the city of Alaverdi.
It's very close to the border. It's in the northeast here in Armenia. It's clearly an industrial city. A city once driven by major industries now has many abandoned areas, but retains its unique vibe. That vibe is still very Soviet. Armenia was part of the Soviet Union.
Also, after the dissolution, it became a country. But the devastation of the Armenians was so great that they even considered...
The Soviet Union even didn't recognize Armenia's sovereignty. After the devastation, they had only 800,000 inhabitants left. People would say, wow, that's a people. What's going on here? What's happening? This child has nothing left. I've also seen more poverty here than in Georgia. Armenia has about 3 million people now, right? After the genocide and everything that happened, the population dropped significantly. And many Armenians left here. So we end up seeing that it's a country where its people, many of them aren't here. They're outside of here. Look at this nice restaurant that we came to eat at. I'll tell you more about the history of Armenia, about the conflict in Armenia.
Why did Armenia fight with everyone, guys? With Turkey, with Azerbaijan? It's a conflict, a conflict. You gotta get it, just this thing.
And Armenia has a lot of nature, a lot of rocks, a lot of altitude, right? 80% of the country is at about more than 2,000 meters above sea level. I stopped while my food hasn't arrived yet to show you this place here. Look. Look where the bathroom is here. In this very Soviet-style building. There are still a lot of marks from the Soviet Union here. Look at this place.
My God. It's crazy, like, wow, what was that? I'm gonna find out.
It's a theater. I just saw a beautiful big theater here.
Look, the prices are good, man. Like here, mine is 15, then there's one that's 15 reais, 16 reais, 18 reais. What is this, God? Wines too. Look, wine starts at 15 reais. The Armenian wine is really good, really good. I tried. It's expensive. We tried. There's inflated prices all over the world, like 50 reais, 3 for 5, 50 reais. That's cheap, isn't it?
Look, the dish. To know the price in reais, you have to divide by 69. Okay, today the exchange rate is 69, so dividing by 69 is less than 10 reais.
This here, this bread, a bread, right? And eating well around here, in the best restaurants of the biggest city in the country, can cost less than half of what you would spend to eat in an equivalent place. In big cities in Brazil, like Rio de Janeiro or São Paulo, say it, aren't you enjoying this country? But for the dishes I ordered, the prices are really okay. Here, like a trout will cost around 70 reais. That's it, guys. I'm doing it with my right hand here. From what breast will be around 70 reais, so this is 70, right? About 45 more or less. This one here is potato, 30 vegetable dishes, around 20, that's the dessert. Here, the kid at the little table could have this cheese here, look, suluguni. And now this dessert made from kale and a pasta for 15.
Reais, the pasta, the caramel cream, obviously, you know. Cheese. Suluguni here is famous. In Georgia too, suluguni.
Sulugutni. And try the first Armenian wine. That one, Teach Boro, that's the terminal escort, but you have to go. Yeah, man. Wow, delicious. By the way, besides good and cheap food, you should know that Armenia has some of the best and also cheapest wines in the world. I liked it. Wow, my favorite so far in all of Armenia. I haven't tried anything better. Now I'm going to try basturma, which is a local cured meat actually. It's a type of meat.
They say that the Mongols used to press meat to take on their journeys. Under the horse, they'd sit on it, and that's how it would end up like this. Is there really something about pressing meat under a horse and all that?
I've seen it before. Victor said they have it in Rio Grande do Sul too, but I haven't tried it. It's like a big, already seasoned salami. I get what you mean, but it's good. Greek salad and mashed potatoes, which I ordered, and also some chicken, but the chicken hasn't arrived yet. The presentation looks nice. It's a really cool restaurant here. Now his little kebab has arrived. It's really tasty. I liked it. My favorite restaurant, also from Armenia.
What's up? Guys, don't laugh at my pudding. The name sounded good. It was meant to be caramel, but now he brought the fork and knife for it.
What delicious food. Now let's go show more of Armenia.
Look at this. Out of nowhere, You come to this little town of 13,000 people, and what do you find? Just that thing, right? Soviets showing their power, their achievements. But there's a reason for this plane here, for this fighter jet to be here, not for everything. This car is going to wear out one side, right? The little car, how nice, really from that time too, and it has a license plate. You can't stand on tiptoe, lie on the wing, or sit on the wing with your hand on your thigh, so that's fine. The museum here, the Mikoyan brothers. I'll show you, let's see the Mikoyan brothers. They're quite famous here in Armenia. The lighting is nice here, right? There's a beautiful sun in Armenia. Two brothers were born here who changed the history of Soviet aviation. I'm talking about Artem Mikoyan and Anastas Mikoyan. One of them created the legendary MiG fighter jets, while the other was one of the most powerful men in the Soviet Union. The Mikoyan brothers, they were very important during the Soviet Union. One of them, mainly in politics, brought several food innovations. He introduced them, right? Many things unavailable in the Soviet Union then, like condensed milk and certain canned goods, became accessible when he began to democratize them. And the other is very famous for inventing the MiG, right? The MiG-15, that famous Soviet fighter jet, and it was used, right, to defend the country. MiG and Tupolev were some of the main companies, so they are still very well known today. They were from here in Armenia. So now we understand that this plane here is a MiG plane, one of the MiG planes. This one is the MiG-21, right? We have MiG-1, 2, 15, 21. Several series they produced, and this plane is in front of the museum. Now you and I understand the connection. I also learned on this trip that I didn't know these brothers did so much during the Soviet Union. One of them was also responsible for many political connections and ties between the Soviet Union and other countries. Armenia was the first country in the world to actually introduce Christianity, so they are the first Christian country in the world. We have a monastery that is over 1,000 years old, which is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can visit it too, just go and see it. Here we have a Kachkar cross, which is very famous among Armenians, made in this. They take this stone and start carving, marking it. Very beautiful, wow, look how gorgeous, look at this monastery. What a work of art. Shh. My God, just imagine they built this here over 1,000 years ago, and everywhere you walk here, it's all tombs. They believed, right, that if you were buried in a monastery in a church, your chances of going to paradise were always greater, right? I don't believe in that. Or is it just about doing good, really living a full life, and that's it? That's strange. Arriving now at our little house, our hotel here in Divan, we're going to stay one night in this city, which is known as the Switzerland of Armenia. About 17,000 people live here, and the downtown is beautiful, like a mountain resort town. Let me show you the little village we're in. We're here in this little village, and I'll show you my room. Look, here it's on top of red. Brought me here to the room. The room really has that mountain room vibe. Look at the view I have. Look at this. See, okay, I admit that in theory I thought it would be better. There isn't much here, but I really like Armenia. I think it's an interesting country, and I'll learn a lot. There's a lot of history. The first Christian country in the world. It's a people who have suffered a lot, went through one of the worst genocides. I want to share some history with you so you can learn, just as I do, and I enjoy sharing what I learn.
Subscribe to the Estevam Pelomundo channel because I need to show you what the capital of the first Christian country in the world is like. Yes, we're going to visit the lively center of Yerevan, try all kinds of different foods, watch an opera, and also visit the Armenian Holocaust Museum. Yes, we have to talk about that. It's going to be a video full of history, culture, a lot of respect, and of course, learning from this ancient culture. For all of us, I'll see you in the next video.